folks, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm taking on a big challenge. I'm picking my single favorite Van Halen track off of each album. There's 12 albums in total. Man, this was hard. Some of these albums mean a lot to me. They're like the first albums I ever bought. Love Van Halen. It was tough, but I tried to do it, and this is what I came up with, so check it out. All right, off the debut. Man, what a debut, right? Running with the Devil, Ain't Talking About Love. So many good songs on this record. But I gotta go with the final cut. The last track on here, gotta go with On Fire. Man, this one was really, really tough. Atomic Punk is killer. But On Fire, it's like everything I love about Van Halen. It's like controlled chaos. Eddie's going from lead to rhythm to grooved and oh my god, and David Lee Roth, just those screams. It's just, yeah. This one was really tough. I mean, for me, it was between On Fire and Atomic Punk, but I went with On Fire. So there you go. There's my favorite track off of Van Halen 1, On Fire. Off of Van Halen 2, this one wasn't much easier. But, I mean, who can deny Somebody Get Me a Doctor? Just that riff is amazing. Just so cool, so grinding. Love that riff. Always love that song. I gotta go with Somebody Get Me a Doctor. Women and Children First. This was one of the first albums that I ever bought. And the Cradle Will Rock is amazing. Everybody wants some. But I gotta go again in a simple rhyme. Just the mellow part, the heavy part, the dynamics of it, and then at the very end they do that riff, they just throw that heavy riff there at the end. But yeah, Take My Whiskey Home, could have gone with that one, but yeah, In a Simple Rhyme is my favorite track off of Women and Children First. Fair Warning. Oh my god. Mean Street, Sinner Swing, hear about it later. But come on, Unchained. Gotta be Unchained, man. That riff is just killer. That drop D riff is just monstrous. And Dave does that little chat there in the middle. Yeah, man, that riff is just relentless. The groove, gotta go with Unchained off of Fair Warning. I think Diver Down was the next record I bought. It was Women and Children First, then Fair Warning, and then I bought Diver Down when it came out. But little guitars, man. It's got that cool intro, and then Senorita, and it's just really mellow, beautiful song. Always love little guitars. But this one, man, the full bug is killer. Hang 'em high. But yeah, I got to go with little guitars off of Diver Down. So many good songs. This is so hard, folks. And the really big album, 1984. Now, I was never a big fan of the hits, to be honest with you. Never liked Jump, really. But there's some amazing stuff on this. I always liked I'll Wait. I thought that was a really good song. Top Jimmy's amazing. But, man, how can you deny the groove of Drop Dead Legs? Drop Dead Legs is just so funky and cool, and it just hits you right here, man. Just gotta go with Drop Dead Legs off of 1984. Killer track. Now we're into the Hagar area. Totally different band now. It's a different band. Eddie's guitar tone started throwing some chorus into his tone, started softening up some of the edge on his guitar. But again, there's nuggets to be found on all these records. And for me, the opening track on this, Good Enough. It's just a big, boisterous rocker. It's just off the charts. But yeah, off of the first Hagar record, Van Hagar, whatever you want to call him, I got to go with Good Enough. Oh, You Wait One Too. I Gotta be honest, not a big fan of the pop stuff. Not a big fan of the more mellow, ballady stuff that they did. And for me, the most authentic sounding old school Van Halen song on this record is All Fired Up, Naturally Wired. That for me is the closest to like classic Van Halen on this. And yeah, it's not a bad record. There's some good rockers on here, but I'm not a big fan of the whole pop influence that they were doing. I mean, they were selling more records and all that stuff, but man, I like the raw Van Halen. I gotta admit, I got into Van Halen in the David Lee Roth era, so I'm kind of partial to that period. But again, there is a lot of good stuff in the Van Hagar period, and off of this record, I gotta go with All Fired Up, or they call it AFU on the record, but that's my favorite off of OU 812. For unlawful carnal knowledge, FUCK. How can you deny Pound Cake? He's using the drill, to get that sound at the beginning, but that's just an absolute killer track, man. Pound Cake is just, the groove on that is so fucking amazing. Yeah. Pound Cake off of For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, for sure. Balance. Now this one was tough for me. There was two songs on here I really like. Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do is, that's an amazing song. But I gotta go. There's something about a real deep track. The last track on here, Feelin'. There's something about the guitar progression, the dynamics of that song. I don't know. It just got an appeal to me that from the first time I heard it, I'm like, what is this? This is really cool. So this is a deep track, real deep track, the deepest track, the last song on here. But I gotta go with Feelin', man. That's what I'm feeling. So there you go. Van Halen 3, the Gary Sharon record. Love Gary with Extreme. Not so much with Van Halen, but when this album came out, I gave it a couple of listens. It was a tough record for me. And for most Van Halen fans, it's sort of probably their bottom. But I listened to it again, and I found some pretty good stuff on here. Tried to listen to it with an open mind. And the track that I thought was the most interesting and kind of different. A lot on this record is different, but I got to go with Josephina. It's just got some interesting chords, some interesting melody. It's different, like a lot of the stuff on here is, but yeah, listening to it through, I think Josephina's the one that stands out for me on this record. And the last one, David Comes Back for a different kind of truth. Now, there's a lot of really good songs on this. In listening to this again, man, this is a good record. Tattoo, She's the Woman. Um, there's a lot of really good songs on here. But for me, I could have picked She's a Woman, a Big River, another great song on here. Um, but I love that riff on Honey Baby Sweetie Doll. One word. That riff is just relentless, man, and it is so cool. And it's like, this is old school Van Halen, man. This is the stuff, this is what got me into the band to begin with. David Lee Roth. I'm sorry, but I'm a David Lee Roth guy with this band. But yeah, a lot of good tracks on this. This record, if it's something that you kind of like never went back to, man, go back to it because there's some killer shit on this. And Eddie's playing some amazing guitar on this record. But yeah, so I got to go with Honey Baby Sweetie Doll is my favorite track off of A Different Kind of Truth. So let me know what your favorite tracks off each record is. Throw that in the comments. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.